Daniel Cormier just lit the MMA world on fire, and even Khamzat Chimaev couldn't stay silent overnight. The internet turned on him. Fans, fighters, even analysts are calling him out after a series of wild comments that sent shockwaves through the entire MMA community.
The MMA takedown is a problem. The way that they score MMA takedowns is the problem, Chael. A takedown should be when you go to the mat. A takedown should not be when you get back up and the guy picks you up and just puts you back down. He never lost control. They see, and Chael, I don't know why. And they called me in. They called me in, Chael. They sat me with the people that do the takedowns. And I still walked out of there going, well, it ain't a takedown. It's not a takedown. You're not going to convince me of what it is. They should get us in the room. Let us tell them what a takedown is. And then those numbers won't seem so big. Merab didn't get 20 takedowns. Merab probably got 5 or 6 takedowns. And he got 14 mat returns.
It all started when DC took a shot at Khamzat Chimaev, saying the undefeated Phenom relies too heavily on his double-leg takedowns and brute power. But instead of backing off, Cormier doubled down, claiming Merab Dvalishvili's record-breaking takedown numbers might not even be accurate. That one line detonated social media. Within hours, hashtags like #DecisJealous and #ProtectKhamzat were trending worldwide. Fans called him biased, disrespectful, and inconsistent, reminding everyone that DC never questioned Khabib Nurmagomedov's legendary 22 takedown fight. The heat got so bad that after days of silence, Daniel finally broke and posted a message on X, saying, "I'm not mad at takedowns, I've just never understood how they're scored in MMA. I still don't believe Khabib got 22. But it was too late. The MMA internet had already turned it into a war zone. Some defended DC for being honest, while others accused him of twisting narratives for clout. And when he appeared on ESPN's Good Guy, Bad Guy to explain himself, the backlash got even louder. Whether you think he's right or wrong, one thing's clear, Daniel Cormier just found himself in a fight he can't win with punches. But that wasn't even the biggest shock of the week. Reinier De Ridder, the man once feared as a future middleweight king, quit on the stool in his fight against Brendan Allen. That's right. The Dutch submission specialist, known for his composure and grit, simply couldn't continue. Early on, RDR looked great, sharp on the feet, calm on the ground, but by round 2, everything changed.
Dana back here. Have you ever seen anything like Khamzat? Like, I've had conversations about this all week. We've had Conor, we saw him rise up, but it was almost like every time Conor won, there was questions about it, like, well, what if he fights a wrestler? What if he fights this guy? Right. With Khamzat heading into tonight's fight, it was almost like inevitable that people thought he was just going to run through Gilbert. Like, right. There was not a matter of if he was going to win, it was when he was going to win. Like, have you seen anything like this quickly?
Well, the way that I looked at it is people were tuning in to see if he would run through Gilbert. Because even I was saying, if he runs through him the way he's run through everybody, I mean, but highly unlikely. It's like when the odds came out, we were like, what? They're fucking crazy if they think those are, what the odds should be against Gilbert Burns. But yeah, I mean, that's the amount of hype that he had. But look at what he's done. Just the punch stats alone were 2-something to 1.
Brendan Allen started to take over. He outgrappled him, bullied him on the mat, and broke his will. By the end of the third, De Ridder's body language said it all. He was done. When the round ended, his corner asked if he could go on, and he just shook his head no. The entire arena froze. The man who had once been called unbreakable had just given up on live TV. The reactions were ruthless. Social media erupted with fans calling RDR a quitter. Others claimed he must have been injured. Then Khamzat Chimaev, never one to stay quiet, jumped into the chaos with a brutal tweet calling RDR a fake warrior who folded. Dana White joined the conversation too, praising Allen's performance but admitting De Ridder's showing was flat and disappointing. In the post-fight interview, Allen capitalized on the moment, calling out Khamzat directly, "Give me Chimaev, I'll dethrone him myself." The crowd lost its mind. Suddenly, Brendan Allen's name was everywhere, his confidence through the roof, and his path to the top wide open. And just when you thought MMA couldn't get any crazier, Joe Rogan lit a fuse that no one saw coming. On his podcast with Andrew Schultz, Rogan dropped one of the boldest statements of his career. He said John Jones versus Alex Pereira could be the biggest fight in combat sports history. Bigger than Khabib versus Conor. Bigger than Mayweather versus McGregor. Maybe even the biggest fight ever. And the timing? Perfect. Pereira has publicly said he's moving up to heavyweight soon, and Jones, nursing his injury, has hinted he wants one last mega fight before retirement.
You know, Chimaev and his grappling and everything, just that fight right now, like stylistically, how do you look at that one with you and him?
Yeah, like I said, I speak grappling fluently. I think his wrestling's really good. Obviously, we know his wrestling's really good, but my jiu-jitsu's really good. And I think I have a great outlook for that fight if that's what happens now or whenever. But I also have the best minds and the best guys to help me prepare. And no matter what, we'll be ready. Full camp, for sure. I'm ready for anyone in the world. I just was trying to be smart. I knew if I get him down again, I know I'm going to get him off. Like I said, I told other people that there's no way he could keep that pressure that he was trying so hard, squeezing so hard in the first. There's no way that he can keep that for more than 2 rounds, let alone 5. So I just stayed smart, stayed composed. Like I said before as well, I speak grappling fluently. So that's fine. You can have that round, 25 minutes, no problem. I'll move a little bit and try to see where he's going and how the movements are, and just keep calculating.
The moment Rogan said it, the internet exploded. Then came the wild twist, Khamzat Chimaev again. On Instagram, he posted that he'd even fight Pereira at heavyweight. "I'll smash him anywhere, any weight," he wrote. That single post flipped the MMA world upside down. 3 divisions, 3 killers, 1 insane triangle of chaos. Fans started fantasy booking like crazy. Would Jon Jones defend against Pereira? Would Chimaev crash the party? Or would Tom Aspinall or Cyril Gane sneak in first? Every name thrown into the mix made the story bigger, louder, and more unpredictable. Fighters across divisions couldn't help reacting. Caio Borralho asked if RDR was injured or just mentally broken. Paulo Costa joked, "If I knew it would only go 4 rounds, I'd take the fight myself."
He absolutely murdered this thing. Fight had the potential, but you got to have 2 guys ready to go. And I think he looked slow tonight. He got out wrestled. Looked like he had trouble dealing with his speed, and then getting out wrestled too.
Marvin Vettori didn't hold back, saying, "De Ridder is soft, plain and simple." Analysts split in half, some defending RDR for knowing his limit, others claiming he quit the moment he faced real adversity. The debate only fueled more attention, turning the De Ridder fight into one of the most talked about collapses of the year. So within one insane week, we saw Cormier fighting off his biggest backlash ever, Reinier De Ridder's shocking quit, Brendan Allen's rise, Khamzat Chimaev's never-ending chaos, and Joe Rogan's bold prediction shaking the sports foundations. Legends are being tested. New contenders are rising. The fight world feels like it's on the edge of something huge. And as the smoke clears, one question remains: who really runs MMA's future? Is it the veterans like Daniel Cormier still shaping headlines? The destroyers like Khamzat Chimaev and Brendan Allen chasing legacy? Or the monsters like Pereira and Jon Jones, ready to collide in what might be the biggest event in UFC history? One thing's for sure, MMA in 2025 isn't slowing down. It's getting wilder, louder, and more unpredictable than ever before. And if you thought this week was crazy, just wait for what's next.
John really thinks he's going to fight Alex Pereira. He's getting ready.
Yeah.
He's at least getting ready in his mind.
Would it be Alex, or do you think it would be
Alex?
Really?
Yeah,
So the Tom ship has sailed.
No, it hasn't sailed, but the big money fight is Alex
At
and
the White
Jon
House,
Jones
right?
at the White House.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Catch weight. Make
Yeah.
it 225 fight. You don't have to be for a title. Make it the bad motherfucker upper edition. The Jon Jones Alex Pereira fight will probably be the biggest fight in human history.
I mean, that
In
at
MMA,
the White House?
In MMA, but as a matchup, you got the greatest of all time in Jon Jones, and arguably the most destructive striker that's ever competed.
Yeah.
No one's like that guy.
That
Peloton?
Don't miss a single UFC Insider update. Smash that like button right now, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the craziest fight news. MMA Daily is bringing you the wildest fight stories first, every single day, straight to your screen. Stay tuned and stay ahead of the fight game with MMA Daily.